I'm Ryan.
And I'm Thomas.
And this is the 540 Show.
Boom. Hey, so normally we come into this with a really awesome intro, some sound bites, and followed by a pretty cool instrumental or a song by your boy called Goodnight.
Yeah, but so this is how we're going to start the show today. How's it going, listeners? As always, I'm with my buddy Thomas, as you heard in the intro.
Yeah.
And I'm Ryan, and we have a very special show for you today. As long as this little computer doesn't shut down on us in the middle of the show, we will be good to go. We have a awesome guest in studio today, Miss Amanda Blaylock, who we just did an interview with, but you will be hearing that later in the show. The interview went great. It was awesome. It was awesome to have her in studio. She is running for the 88th District Delegate for the surrounding area. That's parts of Fauquier, Spotsylvania, parts of Fredericksburg, and everything like that. So it was really cool to have her in studio. She had a lot to say. You're going to want to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's really cool is that, you know, before 2 weeks ago, I really didn't know a whole lot about what a delegate was, what they did,
or the changes they can even make on like an area. But talking to her now, I feel like, wow, we have to vote for her, because if it's what you believe in, obviously, but vote for her because she's going to make these changes. And she was a school board member, and she showed that she worked really well with the Millennials, and I think that's who we are.
Right.
So she's got my vote. I know she's got your vote.
Absolutely.
So that was really cool to have her on the show. It's been a really good week. What have you been up to?
I've been up to a little bit of everything. This week's actually been a pretty awesome week because we locked in 6 new recording clients this week. So it's been a really busy week, really awesome. I've got a really cool problem that I didn't know that I would have. And it's like, it's not too much music to mix, but it's a lot of music. It's like,
you're finding trouble like making your own music.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get into, is there's so much music that I've been engineering and producing that I have had no time to sit here and write, record any of my own music. So it's cool. I think I'm just going to take the...
Are you finding yourself frustrated?
Not frustrated, only because this is what I want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, making music, being the rapper, the artist, that's all fun and glamorous and stuff. But, I'm just the type of person where I just really want to have my hands in the production of whatever it is. Whether it's a movie or a TV show or making a song, like, I'm just really into the production of it. So as long as I'm a part of that, I'm happy.
Speaking of production, if you're looking at the studio a little differently, I understand, because we did a little bit of switching around in here. We gave some more room. You can't see much off to the right, but we have another microphone over there. You'll see in the interview later. This is just more space, we feel like, and I hope you like the new setup. This is what we're going to be going with.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, real spacious. Eventually, we'll probably get a couple more microphones. So, I mean, long term, we might be able to house a whole, boy band like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Maybe they're gonna get back together and make
come on the 540 show.
Make a stop in the 540 show.
But yeah, so the biggest thing with that is we need to get more people in here podcasting. That's what we want to do. We really enjoy doing this. I know he enjoys doing this.
Yeah.
I know anybody that's ever come in here and done an interview, they tell us they enjoy getting on the microphone. So, hey, if you want to do a podcast, start a podcast, or even hop on our podcast, please contact us. We're always looking for more people to interview and talk to about the interesting things going on in the area.
Yeah, and it's really cool because a lot of people have really awesome ideas. Like, everybody has got some awesome ideas, but they don't really have the technology or the know how to do it, and that's where Fast Track Studios comes in. So make sure that you guys are stepping in and booking your sessions for your podcasting or your music. Yeah,
and this is the What's Up Man segment that we always do, and we're going to switch over right into the local flavor segment today because we had that interview, which took a long time, which we are very happy about. Like, it was more time than we could have even asked for from her. So for her to stop in, we got a whole 25-minute interview with her. So
and thank you again for your time, Miss Amanda Blaylock, for coming in and stopping in and seeing us, because she's a very, very, very busy person, and it really, really, we appreciate, you making the time to come see us.
Yeah, so switching over to the local flavor again. If there's something that you want to do good for the schools locally, how about you stop by 620 Kenmore Avenue at Fast Track Studios and drop off some new school supplies that we're going to donate to the local schools so kids can have their everybody's going to have new back-to-school stuff. That's what I want to do. I know when I was growing up, I didn't always have the necessary things because my mom, my brother, and sister trying to supply all of us with the school supplies, all being in different grades, was very difficult. And just like using the same backpack, how it gets. And so I really want to make sure kids got everything they need for school, because I know how difficult that was. You show up in art class, you don't got the coloring pencils you need, or you don't got the notebook you need, and that, what that does, that only doesn't make you feel bad for the kid, but it also means that they're not learning properly because they don't have the stuff they need, and that's putting them one step behind. So let's go ahead and get these bins filled we have here at 620 Kenmore Avenue. You come by anytime from 10 to 5, correct?
Yeah, 10 to 5.
10 to 5, and we're going to stop donations September 1st.
Yep, and all of those donations will make their ways to all of these Spotsy County schools. We've actually had a couple of people, very nice people, stop in and put a couple of donations in the box. So thank you all very much for that, and we really hope that more of you guys, continue, because like Ryan just said, sometimes when you don't have everything you need going into the class, you're not even learning because you don't have the tools that you need to learn, and then sometimes you're just distracted because you're looking at everybody else with a super silly brand new notebook with all the really cool dividers in the middle, and you're sitting there with 2 pieces of notebook paper that you ripped off and you asked the teacher for at the beginning of the classroom.
Yeah, make sure you got pencils too. Teachers always get mad when we don't have a pencil.
Number 2 style pencil.
Hey, but if you need a rock, I can tell you where to get a rock. If you're walking downtown, I was walking downtown the other day. This is really funny, and this is why this story is relevant to me. I was walking downtown the other day with my lovely lady, and I saw a rock that was painted, a small rock, and it was sitting on a wall. And it said Black Lives Matter on this rock. And I said, wow, we picked it up. We looked at it. And I was like, this is a really cool rock. I wonder who painted it. But I didn't want to take it. I didn't know whose rock it was. Well, turned out these rocks are getting placed all over Fredericksburg. And the community's doing it through hand-painted rocks. They're just spreading the joy and hiding them in hand-painted rocks in public places. So if you want to paint a rock, or you find a rock and drop it off, somewhere downtown, and someone finds it, you're supposed to keep these rocks to see how many you can collect. I think it's a really cool idea.
And it also said that, and if you didn't want to keep it, that you have a couple other options, that you could either A, take a picture of it and post it online on Facebook, or B, just go ahead and re-hide it and let somebody else have the fun of looking for that rock and finding it.
And this is right off Fredericksburg.com. So I'll read you guys this. Stories about Fredericksburg on local rock painting pages. Like, one of them is Stafford Rocks. The other one is The Bird Rocks. These are Facebook pages that people have made. Another one is We Rock VA. One relates to the experience of a weary nurse whose spirits were lifted after Mary Washington Hospital. So you can make a rock about anything that's important to you in your life and get it out there and paint these rocks and leave them around Fredericksburg. I think it's something really cool. So once again, if you're in the Fredericksburg area, I'd look up the Berg Rocks Facebook page for any of the rocks that you've already found or that you're looking for.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That really is encouraging people.
So we're going to get a rock out there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a 5-4 show rock.
And a fast track rock.
But it's really cool because that's just, encouraging people not to be so homebodied. Not that being at home, there's anything wrong with that. But, a couple hours out of the day, get up, walk around downtown Fredericksburg, go try and find a rock. Maybe you don't find any, and just let that motivate you to go out the next day and find a couple.
It's also a really good activity to do with your kids. You show them these rocks that they have downtown and be like, hey, you're looking for something to do. Be like, hey, kids, let's go downtown and go, hunting for some of these rocks and see if we can find a rock. So that's something you can also do with your kids during, I know it's tough during the summer to always find things to do during the dead days of summer, but, it's always good to get out with your kids, and I think that they would really enjoy trying to find the rocks that are out there.
And rather inexpensive, too.
Restaurant week ends this weekend. You'll be hearing this Friday, so you got Saturday and Sunday to get out. Try some 2 for $20s. Go on Fredericksburg.com, look up Restaurant Week. There's plenty of restaurants that are doing 2 for $20 deals. I know my man Thomas loves a 2 for $20 deal.
I do love a 2 for $20 deal.
And he especially loves a flatbread.
That is my speciality, yes. And if there's a flatbread on that 2 for $20, I might get both.
So hit Thomas up if you're ordering a flatbread.
That's right. And so one of the really cool ideas that you and I had talked about doing pertaining to restaurants would be going in and eating at these restaurants and then videoing us.
Doing an interview.
Yeah. Doing we're going to be interviewing the sandwiches that we're going to be having in front of us, the steaks, and then maybe we'll even get lucky enough to interview a manager while we're in there. But the biggest thing is that we just want to, we do so many things all day, when we're not here working, which is all the time.
We can be working without working is
right.
Pretty much what we're getting at. We can go out to a dinner and also
We're promoting.
We're providing you with the service, so you know what this restaurant.
What service are we providing?
So they know what the restaurant is like.
I thought you meant that we were providing the restaurant service by showing up. That's what I thought you meant.
No, we're providing them our money, but we're providing people a service. Like if you don't know what Capital Ale House is all about, but you see our video, me munching on a burger, my man Thomas got some salmon. You get to see and then we interview somebody that just ate there, somebody that works there. You get all of that experience, and then when you're walking in the restaurant, you know exactly what you're getting. So coming up soon, look for our restaurant reviews. We're big on food, so
I think that's the name of the segment, bro. Restaurant reviews.
Yeah, that could not be any more simple. The 540 Show restaurant reviews. Coming up right after this local flavor / 540 Show What's Up Man segment, we will be having the interview with Miss Amanda Blaylock. So I really hope that you enjoy listening to that. And once again, thank you to her for sitting in studio. She didn't have to do that. You have to imagine she's so busy with the campaigning and all that stuff. But she was very genuine and sat down, and I really enjoyed our time with her.
Absolutely, absolutely. So before we end this segment, though, I did have one question for you. I got to thinking a little bit today. You know, there's lots to do here in the Fredericksburg area, but if you were to add anything here in the area to do, what would that be?
Oh, that's a really good question. I would put a recreational, because I saw your answer, so I'm not going to sit here and act like, not going to act like I'm stealing your idea.
I was just going to sit, I was like,
I saw your answer, so I don't want to steal Thomas's idea, but I thought about mine more when I said what I said originally. Mine was like a club or something. Like, come on now, let's be real, we don't need that. But maybe we do.
Good old clubs.
I'd like a turf field in the middle of downtown with like some soccer goals and some football posts where everybody can just go out and just play some, they got basketball courts and everything, but I would like a nice open field where kids can go play baseball and stuff, like right in the center of downtown. I think that would look really cool.
That would be really cool. That'd be awesome. Because like you said, there's basketball hoops everywhere, but even like a hockey.
But just something that's free where everybody's okay to show up, and however they'd have to regulate. I'm sure there's 100 questions people would have for me of why we couldn't do that. That's fine. That's fine, people. That's fine. I'm saying it would look cool. The picture in my mind looks cool. Being able to go out at 10 o'clock at night, kick a soccer ball around, throw the football with your boys, show up on a Saturday morning, maybe start a little 7-on-7 and stuff like that. What would you put downtown?
So my idea was going to be, I forget the term that I used, but it's
obstacle course. You put some kind of obstacle course.
Yeah, obstacle course. But so it's going to be multiple things inside this
like
obstacle
parkour?
course. Partially, yeah. So in this obstacle course, the first part is you got to hop on an ATV or a dirt bike if you can handle, one or four or two or four wheels. So you get on a dirt bike and you ride down the trail and you get to the second station where it's an archery range. So you got to pick up a bow and arrow and you got to hit a target down the way. Then you got to run down there and grab the arrow and you got to climb up a ropes course and you just got to do all kinds of stuff. Then you got to run through the ropes course and then get up the vertical wall. Have you ever seen Ninja Warrior?
So do you have to pay to do this?
Ideally,
that sounds like a lot of work to pay.
Right, but see, if I were a billionaire like Bruce Wayne type deal, I would just, fund this whole thing. Just the purpose for this is to get people outside, get people athletic, and get people stronger. So this is something I was thinking about. In other countries, certain things are taken, take a little bit more precedence, like physical health and wellness, meaning, not even just being healthy, but being strong and able to be like a warrior. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of aren't like that. So I thought that it'd be cool to, give people some strength and some athleticism. Because, if the world ends and you got to climb vertical walls and get through a ropes course to get through a super...
If the world ends, there will be no vertical walls, Thomas.
Well, every wall is vertical. Every single wall is vertical. So you have to get over it somehow.
You could go around it.
The wall's too big, Ryan. You can't go around this wall. This wall is hundreds of thousands of miles long.
Well, if you want to come play on my turf field, hit me up. If you want to go to Thomas's obstacle course where you could crash and burn on the dirt bike or get shot with an archery thing, that's fine.
Shot with a bow and arrow.
High school football is starting very soon. That opens up August 25th, Friday. Those are the first games. Make sure you're getting out and supporting your local athletes. And we played high school football at Massaponax, looking for a big year from them. We're going to actually have the PA address guy from Massaponax. Matt Kreitz is going to be on the show August 9th. So we're looking forward to having him on the show. That's going to be really awesome. That's just, you can't beat it. The guy has been calling Massaponax football games for the last 15 or so years. But he's got so much knowledge, and I really look forward to seeing what he has to say about this upcoming season and what to look for from the Panthers this year, and also some of the other surrounding area high schools.
Yeah, and that'll be really fun because, like you said, man, he is the voice of the Panthers.
Yeah.
I mean, since I was,
And that's another.
when was your first
Massaponics.
first down?
Yeah, that's the
See,
guy
I don't
right
do it
there.
as cool. I
That's
don't
the
do it as
guy
good.
right there. If you don't know who we're talking about, that's the guy.
When'd you go to your first Ponics game?
I was very little. My dad used to take me when I was a little kid.
So you couldn't even remember it.
I mean, I wasn't too little because it didn't open until 1999. So I'd say I was 8, 9.
That's cool. That's cool. Nice and early.
Yeah, I remember some really big games. So I'm looking forward to him talking about those and his perspective on high school football in general. But, hey, coming up right now, you're going to hear the exclusive interview with Miss Amanda Blaylock, who is once again running for the 88th District Delegate. That is our area, people. Make sure you're listening to her and register to vote. But you will hear all this information in the interview coming up right now.